Hello YouTube, this is Korpakira here back with you and Amber! Okay, so I think this will be the last part of it, but I can't be so sure about it. It might have been only in two parts, but I'll be able to read it properly, so let's continue. When Tristan Mallory came home at the end of his workday, he would find Amber already taking care of him by trying to cook delicious meals. The ever so elegant Amber craved to always show her best, becoming the perfect little strong-willed housewife. He has passed the point of missing the innocent days, but in all honesty, he didn't understand why damn it, another bad start. Why the young lady was putting so much effort into becoming such a perfect creature. One evening, while she was cooking a special dish from a recipe she turned on TV, the whole thing accompanied by a candlelit table in order to celebrate his birthday, he dared to ask. I've read it wrong, I know, I'm sorry. Say, Amber, why are you doing so much for me? The too honest question came like a hammer's blow. His complete incomprehension sounded like an insult. She'd probably spent hours gassing up in the bathroom to look fresh and at her best, and hours had gone into tidying the house, cleaning every nook and cranny until it was spotless. She'd probably She'd probably damn it. She'd probably spent hours decorating it and hours tending to this godforsaken roast, laboriously cutting vegetables, and here he was asking her why she was trying this hard. The knife in her hands fell violently to the floor, emitting a metallic sound that meant nothing good. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Amber's voice trembled dangerously. Getting close, he noticed her frenetically shaking hands. Eyes wide open, soaked in tears, she exploded. Because I want you to love me. I want you to look at me. Why don't you ever look at me? Am I not good enough? Is that it? I will never be as good as she was, will I? She? But Amber, who are you talking about? Dumbfounded Tristan held her in his arms as tightly as he could. No, he definitely couldn't understand. He couldn't understand such intense and sudden sobs. Reassured by the gesture, Amber wanted to explain herself. I'm sorry. I'll never be able to replace her. Who are you trying to replace, Amber? Tell me. Your wife. I can see her departure left you very sad. I wanted to bring a smile back to your face. I wanted to take her place, so you'd forget about her. For a split second, Tristan Mallory was breathless. It was surreal. He would have pinched himself to make sure he wasn't dreaming, but no. The pain in his chest was far too real, too pitifully carved in him. How could he answer such a declaration? How could he find the right words? Catching his breath with difficulty, the 30-year-old man took Amber by the shoulders and looked her in the eyes for a long time. After a sigh, he affirmed, Listen, I'll never be able to forget my wife, alright? It's impossible. But that doesn't mean I don't want you. It's the exact opposite, actually. You're very dear to me, Amber. You hear me? I need you. You already have her place. So please, stop crying. Don't make it harder than it is. The young girl shyly dried her tears, and her features changed to an adorably naive expression. She looked sincerely despaired. Okay, guys, I'm sorry for interrupting this, but I've already interrupted you quite a lot. I interrupt myself by not being able to read, but I have a question to ask. The word naive, the I in that word, is it normal to have two dots up top? No, if anyone would watch this, please write in the comments below because I'd really like to know. What? Okay, let's continue. I'll be wishing for a reply. You're okay with me? What made you think I'd abandon you, huh? Oh my god, he's crying, she's crying. Nothing. It's just that you seem to love her so much. I'm a bit jealous. Why is that? I don't know. When I look at these pictures, I can't help but tell myself I must absolutely make you happy. I think I love you. Well, that's something. Tristan felt all the courage and determination he had worked up melting, and he started sobbing as well. But I love you too. It's always been like that. I love you so much it makes me sick. For real? You're not treating me like a kid? What is... Okay, another question, guys. I thought that when somebody said it makes me sick, it's not a good thing. That means that it really pisses him off, he doesn't like it, and here after saying that, she said, replies like, oh really, that's fantastic, oh my god. I don't know, maybe it's because it's English, the British English, maybe that has some bit different interpretation of all these words, but oh my god, I need to learn the language. Of course not. Then prove it. How should I? Show me you love me like a man loves a woman. Oh my god. You want me to do that? Amber silently nodded. She seemed dead set on it, so Tristan slowly and softly kissed her lips. Oh my god. I thought this was getting a bit wrong. Really, it really is turning in this. I still can't remember this Moe syndrome. My god. The warm and pleasurable feeling went to his head. For a few seconds he felt as if he was holding his wife in his arms. He thought she had really come back. The delicate vanilla scented skin reminded him of happy days, long afternoons spent in the sun, of laughter, of peaceful evenings under the light of the stars, or by a fire, or beneath a shared umbrella in a storm. She was here, so close, so far, within a finger's reach. He only had to close his eyes and believe in this dream. The illusion smiled faintly at him, and at this limit he embraced her. If you only knew how much I love you. He had so many things he wished to tell her, so many that the words got stuck in his throat, unable to escape. So since he lacked the words to make her understand what he was feeling, he used his body. I'm not going to comment on that. Let's read on. As dawn's rays of light crept through the window, Amber was profoundly asleep, lying atop Tristan's still lukewarm body. Ah, crap. Oh my god. Whoa. What am I reading? Damn it. Okay guys, I'm not even sure that if you'll see the continuation of the story, or I don't know, I might skip some parts of here. I have no idea what will happen next. So, okay, let's see. Eyes surrounded by dark circles, the weight of regrets, a fatigue he couldn't get rid of. He stared at her with a sad smile on his face. It was only a dream, right? When you wake up, you'll be a kid again, right? The only answer he got was a light groaning, softened by such a serene face. He felt a kiss on her fresh cheeks. As soon as he did, the sleeping lips spread to form a happy smile. I wonder what you're dreaming about. Say, won't you invite me over there? God damn it. Whoa. This was such a nice story. What so dramatically changed? How even old is this girl? It's a 30-year-old man. I don't know, was there anything of her age? Well, it'll be more or less okay if she was like, well, at least 18 or 20, but she's a damn freaking kid. She's like, I don't know, like an 8-year-old. Come on, really? Why did you have to do that? Damn. From that strange night on, in a paroxysm of light, Amber got Tristan to agree to be a somewhat official couple. Fuck! Thus she asked for an engagement ring and would not hesitate to walk the streets locked in his arm. Soon it wasn't enough anymore. A wildly, very cold, what? A wildly, very costly, even. She couldn't satisfy herself with a girlfriend status. She needed more. She needed to surpass the woman that was there before her, her invisible rival, whose shadow was always looming like a Damocles sword. So she would drag Tristan to wedding shops, dreaming of the perfect ceremony and her day of glory. The magazines and adverts, the TV, the whole world was telling her that was what happiness was. So wasn't it only natural for her to take a hold of it with both hands? Wasn't it every little girl's dream? Exactly. No, not a little girl's dream. That's just insane. That's so wrong. The wedding was promised and sold like a real-life fairy tale application. A very expensive, beautiful dress, a princess dress, was necessary. The bride had to be the story's heroine. Everyone would keep their eyes glued on her and only her, and she would have and she would have all the accessories and cosmetics and superficial stuff in which the stars constantly bathe. The famous singers all lived in some sort of permanent wedding, a strange and unlikely fantasy. Shit. Amber too wanted to taste this kind of heaven. She was constantly told the marriage so. So she pushed Tristan to please her and asked for her hand in marriage, and both of them organized a great ceremony. This just couldn't get any worse. Oh my god. On that day, Amber, still so frail, seemed to shine more brightly than ever. On that day, Amber thought that she had finally erased all traces of her rival. But that still wasn't enough. The life she was living didn't seem perfect. This didn't seem perfect enough just yet. She still needed a few things to be entirely fulfilled. She desired to breed a family. Oh, damn it. Oh my god. Really? No, this episode's gonna be self-censored. I'm already barely keeping it together not to say that. Shit! Oh my god, I thought when she tells him everything, he's like gonna slap her face and say like, snap out of it, damn it. And what's he do? Oh my god. Okay, it's right. It's alright. After all, they had sold marriage. But sold marriage. Okay, let's continue reading. After all, they had sold marriage to her like a never-ending fairy tale, but she still needed a goal to keep on living. And it was said that her biological role was her natural role was, of course, to breed. A real woman should obviously want to become mother. It was an unchanging law that was probably written somewhere in a fragment of DNA code. A real woman should have a child, preferably a girl, so that she could educate her on all the moral codes. She had received her living doll to play with, brush her hair, play tea time with. This is just getting so wrong. I don't even know. Okay. Anyways, I'm still gonna know what it ended with. I'm not sure. I might cut it at some point and then at the end just retell the whole story. So okay, I'll keep on reading. You had to busy yourself with something to fill your existence or to access some kind of eternal fantasy, independent. This need a project as a couple? What? This need a project as a couple, or just an implicit order that came from within? Amber had read and seen everywhere that those who didn't want kids would automatically be unhappy without realizing it. Immature, almost handicapped by selfishness, or what neurosis. True love should bear fruits, just as the princess should be revealed only by a prince. That's where Cinderella's myth lay. Amber didn't know yet, but the clock had started ticking long ago, and it was dangerously approaching its final moment. What the? Tristan Mallory looked at the desire of the young lady to procreate. Holy shit, I thought this was... Oh my god. I think it was like only in her mind, and then he's like, what? Snap out of it. I saw her face, I got a bit excited. I thought that was only in her messed up mind. No, it wasn't. It really was. It did goddamn happen. Clumsy... Clumsy did his best to pretend that they had a lot of time left, that they'd think about it later on, that he was ready to wait, but she kept insisting more and more. The months went by, and the young lady never tired of telling him all the things she wanted to make of their providentially baby, described from A to Z how she intended to educate it and how the accessories that would be necessary. Her biggest wish was to give birth to a little girl. She would uh, gussy up as much as she wished. She sighed, imagining how she would cover her in presents, go shopping with her, become a mix of a cool and friendly big sister like mother. Oh, that feels like if she's like 8 or well, oh my god, she really by age she really would be like a big sister. Oh my god. Scolding, she was way too afraid that her future child would hate her for to even think of it. Her angel would have to love her. It was obvious she would be a good mother and everything would go for the best. Amber had an endless stock of arguments to convince Tristan. Motherhood was the realization of a little girl's dream, the logical and infallible consequence of a couple's relationship, the greatest proof of love that could ever be, a way to conform themselves to the norm. Mothers went by slowly, dreadfully, to the rhythms of Amber's growing obsessions. Months went by slowly, dreadfully, to the rhythm of Amber's growing obsession. She was always looking out for a sign, observing her body for the telltale good news. No comments, no comments. Keep reading. Don't find anything. Okay. Try after try, she repeated that this time it would work. Enough she had to admit that something was wrong, that something wasn't working. Even though she tried her hardest, she still wasn't pregnant. A shower of doubt started pouring down on her mind, and he's really so okay with it. Damn, 30-year-old man, damn it. Tristan tried to minimize the problem, telling her that it wasn't so bad, that it would happen someday, and that they had so many other things to live for together. But it was too late. Amber wasn't listening anymore. Well, Dash, you... Oh my god, I wanna know. She absolutely needed to go to the doctor to get her body checked up, to understand the problem and to fix it. She wasn't going to give up when she was so close to her goal. You know what? I think if she goes to the doctor, he'll get to jail. But at least I hope for that, and she'll get through some insane asylum. Damn it. Her partner avoided the subject as much as possible, pretending to be distracted and refusing any medical checkup. Every time the young lady went to talk about it, he remained tongue-tied, feeling that the situation was becoming more and more tense. She was getting too close to the truth, and he couldn't afford it. There were too many things at stake. So he held on, trying all that he could to reassure his protégée and convince her to get rid of those unwanted thoughts. But Tristan's shoulders, yielding under the weight of his burden, was too tired to anticipate Amber's every move. He couldn't see the disaster coming even though he felt it. One day while he was at work, she took the opportunity to go to the doctor at her city's central hospital. Just go to jail. He, she explained the situation and pleaded with him to help her bear children. He gave a long sigh and stared at her from head to toe. Finally, in honest tones, he suggested amiably,
You know, there's no need to try that hard. You'll only hurt yourself further. Don't play dumb. You're very well aware of your sterility, aren't you? It's not the end of the world, you know. There's a system. The doctor, too. There are assisted procreation techniques that work every well nowadays. The virtual fertilization, for example. Why didn't you try to think about it?
blinking in the back the door. Okay. The young doctor tried to be as positive and comfortable as he could be, but the blow had already been dealt. Amber was in shock. Her dreams crumpled to pieces in an ocean of dust and litter. She felt the hospital completely destroyed, speechless and cold as mechanically as a robot. Now, you know what? Maybe I'm not getting something about this game, but like, maybe I'm missing that she was already. She's not an 8-year-old, though the drawing is so like this. Maybe she is quite old enough, like the right age for all of this, but I don't remember it. So if like it really isn't that bad, it's me just being so dumb. I'm sorry, but as far as I remember, that's not right. You know, just. Okay. Damn it. She heard nothing of the doctor's last kind words. All she knew was that she had to go home. Once she was outside, the sky's blinding gray light felt her lost for a bit. She was obviously in the city where she had always lived, but the buildings, the cars, and the people passing by had all turned to ghostly and haggard silhouettes in her dark, upside-down world. This might be getting a bit interesting. I really hope I'm true about what's gonna happen next, so let's continue and cross my fingers. Her sight blurred little by little as she walked aimlessly. The city crumpled into a gigantic pile of ashes. Voices of the passerby around her changed into soundless laughter, metallic and meaningless. Amber managed to get to the park mechanically, not really knowing how. A terrifying angst seized her from inside. Seeing nothing, understanding nothing, she found the grass, wide-eyed. All of a sudden, the gray, filtered image of her past came back to her mind, and reality brutally hit her in the stomach. It's impossible. Why? Why me? Even though I am normal, I'm not a piece of trash. No, it can't be. My dream. I wanted to be happy. She remembered the mirror. The crude light above the mirror that showed her all her flaws, all her imperfections. The excruciating need to be perfect, to be flawless. Flawless like the models, the actors, the singers on every screen, that were all constantly visible. To be seen, to be admired, to have every corner of yourself analyzed. Never break down, always be perfect. Take care of every detail, hide everything, keep everything deep inside yourself, even if it means to surface with weak and crack under the weight of lies. And surface. I thought stuck suffer, sacrifice. Well, I'm sorry, Ken. The mirror, in front of which she carefully put on makeup for long minutes. The miraculous product that could erase every one of those damned imperfections, those goddamn traits of humanity. Shape her legs, not leaving a single hair, frame her brows, choose the outfit that would make her look her best, add a layer of makeup on the face to make one's identity disappear, to be replaced by a single form of beauty, a majestic beauty, an artificial beauty, and impossible beauty to attain. The mirror, in front of which she would weigh herself, in front of which she would tell herself that she should watch what she eats become thinner, become more beautiful, more desirable. Throw up every extra, keep only what's essential, admire herself in front of the mirror. Throw up that unwanted vital pulsation. Throw up what's dirty, become cleaner inside and out. Destroy the dirt, anything dirty, become pure, immaculate, perfect. The mirror, other people's stares, that permanent mirror's vanity, believing you exist, destroying yourself bit by bit, becoming unable to survive by yourself, to stand the growing loneliness, the implacable struggle against yourself. Mind Almighty against the body, forcing it to submission, forcing it to remodel itself, to fit whatever you wish it would be, forcing it to become soul's one and only avatar. Not being able to accept yourself, the endless racing against time, nature, constant effort to kill yourself, to prevent yourself from existing. An eternal body dreamlike, a corpse body. The mirror is staring at the bottom of my heart. He knows my heart. He knows everything. He sees everything. I'm sorry. I can't escape it. I can't escape. Locked in by her obsessions, Amber convulses, letting out several piercing shrieks. It has to stop! It has to stop! Suddenly, the emotional pressure became too strong that she completely lost all sense of reality and her brain went blank. Oh, sorry guys, 1 second. Okay guys, I'm back. She moved no more. She didn't pronounce a single word. Motionless in the park's grass, eyes still fixed in a terrified posture, you might have believed she was dead if she hadn't been breathing faintly. The world seemed to freeze, explode, die in an insufferable streak of agony. Her world. The clock had struck midnight, but Cinderella wasn't ready to give up on her dream. It was 7:30 p.m. On that beautiful yet cold autumn day. The wind shook the frail tree's branches across the street. This sounds familiar. Tristan Mallory made his slow, tired way. A whirlwind of leaves caught his attention, and he stopped to contemplate them for a few minutes, and I have still the same mistakes as last time. A spray of colors danced around him. Fragments of red, orange, of reds, oranges, yellows spread at random, forming a mosaic that that stretched on four. It's God damn it. That stretched on far. Fuck. God damn it. Forming a mosaic that stretched on for as far as the eye could see endlessly. It is rare beauty in that grey and foaming city, in that noisy metropolis constantly exhaled bad air. Coming back to his sense, the 30-year-old man shook his head. Now wasn't the time to be daydreaming. He had to go home. Amber was waiting. That's new. As usual, he would probably ask him about her future pregnancy. What? He's not over this. What name they would give her kid and how they should decorate his room. Maybe it's gonna be a she. How do you know? As usual, she'd worry about not seeing her flat stomach. And as usual, she would have to minimize the problem and pretend it was no big deal to delay the unavoidable. The long day weighed on his shoulders. But if he was honest with himself, work wasn't the most tiring thing in his life. Since honest, well-paid work was somewhat a luxury these days, like any model employee, he consciously accomplished every task handed to him, and did no more or less than what was asked. What was I saying? No, what was destroying him was a completely different form of fatigue, an appalling and crushing solitude that had been shadowing him for years, ever since his wife had lost her head. Wait. So I believe I was right. The light tinkle of the front door opening brought him back to Earth. He was already arrived. He was already arrived to his flat. Amber should have been there to greet him with her wide smile. Instead, a sad and mute living room waited for him in morbid silence. He felt the goosebumps travel down his spine as he entered the room. Where was she? Could it be happening again? Driven by desperation, he didn't even take the time to hang his coat correctly, but began slamming all the doors, one after the other, hoping she would be sleeping in some corner. Each time the same emptiness answered his pleas. He felt a rising dread thing. His last hope was the last door and the forbidden room beyond. He opened it slightly and peeked inside. Of course, there was no one. That would have been too easy. He fell heavily onto the sofa. The crushing solitude came back in full force, crushing him again and again, wounding his face with invisible cuts of time. It was happening again. Amber has gone crazy. She'd run away once more. And once more he would have to find her before she got hurt. She would have to play the part of he would have to play the part of an impassive stranger, showing no sign of the torment devouring him alive. Tristan Mallory felt suddenly tired. He held his head in the hands and stared. This shit. He held his head in his hands and stared at the floor for long minutes. He needed to calm down, even just a little, so he could pretend he wasn't affected by it. Then, after what felt like an eternity, he got to his feet. He moved together all of the framed pictures that had been on the furniture and stowed them away in the closet. They needed to be out of sight. If Amber discovered the pictures of her happy alter ego too quickly, she was obviously going to wonder. He stored them in a drawer and locked it. So it really was right. The frames didn't take up too much space. After all, there weren't any many of them, and he always put the same ones on the buffet. She would never notice it. The frames didn't take up too much space. After all, there weren't any many of them, and he always put the same ones on the buffet. She would never notice it. Oh, so, I mean, he means that the same one, so she would notice that this is so damn, the words, they just flew out of my mind. Oh, so familiar. Yeah, I'm a pro. Damn it. Okay. When he was sure that there were no more pictures to put away, Tristan put his coat back and went outside. It was cool, a bit dark, but there was still enough light to see by. It was the ideal time to take a walk. At least that's what he would have thought. As he hurried along the sideway, the 30-year-old man was anything but relaxed. Nervously, he walked around her most familiar places, looking for a serenity that seemed to be out of reach. Now these words make more sense. Maybe they've changed a bit, like, well, yeah, they did change a bit, but I believe that the first, I mean, it's the third sentence, like, at the least that's what he would have thought. That's the same sentence, it didn't change, and the first time I've read it, I did think that that's quite a bit strange. What would that actually mean in such a situation? I'm like, well, alright, let's keep reading. Now I understand it all, and fully. Okay, so he had to find her. He had to bring her back home. While he passed by the park near his home, Tristan heard a high-pitched, almost inaudible plea. His heart jumped and he stopped. There how she really looks like. In the dim light of the setting sun, he made out the silhouette of a little girl sitting on a swing with her head bowed. Oh wait, wait. Tears rolled down her cheeks. He came closer slowly so as not to surprise her and examined her attentively. He was indeed standing in front of his wife, Amber Mallory, who used to be so charming. She was still pretty, but she seemed to have aged prematurely. White locks, her and their brightened hair, white locks here, and their brightened hair long. Screw it! Just read. I'm sorry guys, you can stop read and understand if I read it wrong, and I really did read it wrong, and I know that I will read it wrong again, so just read for yourself. I'm sorry about that. White locks, white locks here and there braided her long hair to the point where you couldn't tell her age anymore. With that appearance, she could have been an old lady. However, she was in her 30s, like Tristan, who didn't appear any younger. I knew it! Yep, at the time when they did the job, they did their deed, and I started thinking, like, what's going on? Well, yeah, I did first thought that his a well, is quite a bad guy. I won't say it because it's gonna be on the internet. But then it's like when she went to the doctor, I then understood fully. I remember at the very first episode. At those times, I also thought that this could be like, actually, I thought like a recreation of his wife or something. And the second part when he said that, as I understood, she was like in a coma. I thought like, yeah, this is like maybe her, but like as just another body or just another her, and she'll disappear quite soon. And I was almost right those parts that the girl Amber, was something to do with his wife, with his real wife. And here we go, she is his wife, just as he said, lost her head. Oh my god. Hey guys, I'm sorry to cut this episode so brutally and right here, but I just had no other choice. The episode went way over time limit, so I had to do this. And the continuation of Amber and the last part would be very soon. And I mean like today, I'll try to post it too, so keep waiting for it. Corporal, dismissed.